Hey guys, it's Amy. Today is May 10th, 2023, and we are going to talk about a huge biblical ritual that is happening, that is unfolding right now in our headlines. So, guys, if you're new here, I do teach gematria, which is the practice of coding letters into numbers, and it is a biblical language. It comes from the Babylonian times, right? So, if you're unfamiliar with what this is, please do some research for yourself, guys. This knowledge is, you got to know it. You just got to know it. It's going to make so much stuff make sense after you learn it, I promise. Basically, it's A equals 1, B equals 2, C equals 3. You're going to reverse it, Z being 1, A being 26, and then you're going to reduce those numbers down. So every word will have four numbers associated with it. And when you learn that language, you can see through these headlines and how they're using the Bible as a playbook to do these rituals and scripted agendas in the headlines. So today we got this big thing playing out that George Santos has been arrested for lying, right? So he's been lying about what his name is. He's been lying about being Jewish. I didn't really want to say that word because you get banned a lot, but he's been lying about his religion, um, everything, right? So they've actually arrested him today and they have him in custody. And we're going to talk about why this is a biblical ritual. Zach did a video earlier on it today, so if you haven't seen that, check that out. He is at Gematria Effect News on YouTube. He does get censored a lot, so he's on Gematria Effect News 25 right now. If he gets censored again, he'll push the number up 26, 27, and so on. So if you haven't seen that video, check it out. But we're going to kind of dive in here. So we've got these biblical ritual going on today, and I'm going to show you why. So here's your headlines. He's been charged. He's in custody. It's just all kinds of stuff going on. Drama, drama, drama. And if you look at the name George and you're doing the alphabet in reverse, Bible's going to be 105 and George is going to be 105. Just like Order of Illuminati, if you reduce it, and if you take the alphabet forward, Masonry is going to be 105. 666 is also 105. And in Revelations, we were told to count the number of the beast, for it is six score and 666. I can't remember the exact wordage, but basically the number of the beast is 666, right? 666. So if you write that out, you'll get 105 like today's date. If you write it 10/5. America is the only one that writes it 5/10. Everybody else writes it 10/5, right? So you can see why this biblical agenda is playing out in the headlines, and you're gonna see so much more, so stick with me, I promise. So in the Bible, in Revelations 3, and it starts in chapter 7, it's going to talk about the letter to the church of Philadelphia, and it talks about people that say they are of one faith and they are not. They are liars, which is exactly what George has done, right? So he has said he was this religion, but he is not. So I'll just read it to you here, right? So it says, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet. So you see how it says that they are going to say that they're this, but they're not, and they're coming from the synagogue of Satan, right? So we're right now in the year 2023. So we knew this number was going to be, we knew this year was going to be a big biblical ritual year, I guess you would say. Once you learn this knowledge, you'll see it too. Don't deny yourself this knowledge, guys. It may seem complicated right now, but I promise if you follow these channels and the people that are teaching this, you're going to get a, a grasp on this information very quickly because we talk about the same numbers over and over and over. And this is one of them. So we've got Philadelphia, the synagogue of Satan, all equaling 223. Just like this Bible says that he's going to make them of the synagogue of Satan. They're going to say that they're this and they're not. So it was a letter to Philadelphia from the synagogue of Satan. And look here, y'all probably don't know who this is. Anthony DeVolder. George Santos changed his name several times because he was actually a drag queen too, so that has a whole different story, and we're going to talk about that too. But he was going by Anthony DeVolder, and if you'll notice, that equals 223 as well, right? So it explains why we've got him in the headline today, playing out this ritual from Revelations. So if you look him up on Wikipedia, they have his whole name out here, George Anthony DeVolder Santos. But if you'll actually look it up, I promise you I'm not lying. He also goes by the name Anthony DeVolder, right? Now, Anthony DeVolder also equals 74 in the reduction cipher, and we're 74 days away from this guy's birthday. Now, watch what happens when you start putting the biblical part back in, right? So we're 74 days from dude's birthday. Jesus equals 74. Parables equals 74. That's how Jesus spoke. He spoke in riddles or parables. This is what we're decoding now as a riddle. So Jesus is 74, parables is 74, cross is 74, Masonic is 74, Lucifer is 74, Messiah is 74. Who wrote the language, guys? What's the chances that all this would equal 74? It's mathematically impossible. So there is a code within this language that they don't teach us. And you can see it play out every day in the headlines. So right now, George is 34 years old. And look, if you write out Jesus, Jesus is 34. So there's his name, 74. We're 74 days away from his birthday in the year of 2023. He's age 34. We're seeing this coming out. He's a congressman. So we're seeing these patterns start to play out, right? Well, George got elected to office on January 3rd this year, and it came 201 days before his birthday. So he was elected on he was placed into the office on January 3rd. His birthday is July 22nd, and that's 201 days from his birthday, which is a number that we talk about all the time. It's why you get your president on the 20th of January, right? So if you'll look here, he was placed into office 201 days from his birthday and arrested on May 10th. This is our Pope right now. This is his real name for the Pope. We are right now living under the first Jesuit Pope. He also chose to live in Suite 201, and it's the only Pope that's ever lived in Suite 201. Go ahead and fact check me. Google it. You're going to find out what I'm telling you is true. He's the only Pope to have ever lived in Suite 201. So, and the Pope is the head of the Catholic Church. All these rituals are coming from there. Like we never got away from, we were never free. Let's put it that way. But now so they placed him into office 201 days from his birthday, and now they're arresting him on May 5th or May 10th. See, there's his birthday. Here's Pope Francis. Now look how many days we are from Pope Francis's birthday. Now, when you're counting birthdays, guys, when you're learning this knowledge, if you count from today to the birthday, right, you're going to get one number, but if you actually count the end date, then you're going to have another day. So we are 144 days from the Pope's birthday, or a span of 145, right? So this right here is going to show you why he was chosen for this. So this number we teach about all the time. So we're 144 days from the Pope's birthday, but if you add that end date, you get 145. And who's the character in the headlines today? I guarantee you he's probably going to be a big headline on May 14th as well. We'll know here in about 4 days, but I guarantee you May 14th he's probably going to be big headline news. This is all coming from the Bible, right? Biblical rituals, May 10th. So we got a biblical ritual, May 10th, with George Santos, however you want to say it, 145 days span after the Pope's birthday, or 144 if you don't count the span, where he was placed into office 201 days from his birthday and then arrested on May 10th. Right? We're going to keep going, guys. So This letter to the Church of Philadelphia starts in Revelation chapter 3, verse 7. He's from Congress. We're in Revelations chapter 3, verse 7. Think about why every Bible verse has a number in front of it, guys. Every verse has a number. The fourth book of the Bible is Numbers. It literally tells you in Revelations to count the number of the beast. We're counting, right? We're taking the alphabet that they gave us. We're attaching the number to it the way they taught us. So your kindergarten teacher told you A was the first letter, B was the second one, and so on. That's all we're doing is we're just working their puzzle. It's the same reason that everybody thinks they're free when we celebrate July 4th on the 4th of July, Independence Day, right? Like, these are all biblical rituals playing out in our headlines. What'd they do to Jesus? They sacrificed him, right? Well, today's the 130th day of the year. And now they're sacrificing old George in the headlines for, taking his fame and fortune away and shaming him. And when in all reality, he's working with them. He's just playing a role, right? He's just playing that role and fulfilling that part of the prophecy that they need to play or to fulfill because they use the Bible as that playbook. Guys, you can't deny this once you learn it. Now, the last time well, we've been hearing about George off and on for a while, but there was a big headline that came out on January 18th that we decoded. And that's when they came out and told us that he was a drag star and that he actually used to go by the name Katara. And this came out on January 18th. And look what the name was, January 18th. And that name of that drag star that he was 118. And that's why they released the headline on January 18th. We document these so that we can go back and show you how they do it every single day because there's no way to deny it when you start seeing these patterns form in all of the lives of the characters, whether it be a sports person, whether it be celebrity, death, drama, sacrifices, whatever it may be. Your players, your idols, your false idols, right? So when they're in the headlines, it's because they were scripted to do so. It's because it's 201 days from his birthday and they put him into office 201 days for his birthday and then they arrest him on May 10th because the Pope's name equals 201 and 105 and Order of Illuminati is 201 and 105. So I don't know what my computer's doing right now. I'm literally not touching it and it's just moving everywhere. So that's lovely. But guys, I just wanted to kind of go on here and kind of show people how this biblical ritual is playing out. And, so many of your friends and family are going to be invested in this story, right? They're going to be all over the news. It's all your feed's going to be talking about. And that's how they do this. They put these players in the headlines, and then when you're sitting at dinner, everybody's talking about what they want you to talk about. Oh, did you see George in the headline today? He got arrested. And nobody can figure out that the reason George got arrested today is because it was a big ass biblical ritual that was designed to happen. They already knew it was going to happen. Like they already knew, guys. They write these headlines and they already know what they're planning to do tomorrow. I promise. And they are using this Bible as a playbook. That's why in Revelations it says, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. And this man right here straight out come out and told y'all he was a Jew and then said he wasn't. Then he was a drag star, then he wasn't. He's changed his name so many times. Why are they changing these people's names? Like, guys, y'all gotta wake up. I love y'all, and I'll catch you on the next one, okay?